Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. I brought us a special guest, Mr. Adam Uddin, who is President and CEO for Royal Bengals, a local Royal Bengal cat breeder here in the DFW area. Who do we have here?
We have Scar. He's a 1-year-old charcoal clouded Bengal.
That's a beautiful cat, Adam. Can you tell us a little bit about this breed?
Well, this breed was started in the 1970s by a woman named Jean Mill. And she originally started this breed out to test them because they have the tendency to be immune to feline leukemia.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. So that's how the breed was started. And then after that, after they tested them, they had a lot of, I can show you, they had a lot of kittens and stuff, and people came to notice them, recognize them, and say, hey, this is a really cool breed. They got really cool, wildlife markings on them.
Right.
Why don't you make them into a breed? And then so the general population can get a little one.
He seems pretty exotic. It's almost like a pretty much like a real leopard or something.
Yeah, he's really good, real sweet. He's, like I said, he's a year old and he weighs 15 pounds already.
How long has this breed been around?
The breed was started by name, like established in the 1980s, but people were breeding the Asian leopard cat with domesticated cat. I couldn't tell you the first time, but probably within the last 100 years for sure, I would have to say.
Okay, nice. Look at that. That's a beautiful cat. What inspired you to actually start breeding these cats, Adam?
Well, my first Bengal cat that I purchased was about 3 years ago, October 2014. Raja, the king. Once I got him, I had no intention on breeding these cats, but after a couple of months, I was just, so enamored and mesmerized by their beauty and the way they move and play, and even the sounds they make.
Yeah, see, you have a couple of other cats over here running around. I think he probably wants to play.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
would let him play.
Yeah. That's a nice cat.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Can you tell us, how did you hear about these cats?
I originally, the first time I can remember that I heard about the Bengal Cats I was probably about 10, 11 years old. It was in the late 90s. I was with my mom and dad, and I seen in a local newspaper that someone was selling these cats, and I seen them and they had a picture of a cat with spots on it that looked just like a leopard. So I told my mom, I said, Mom, we got to get this cat. It's awesome looking, And I talked over with my parents, but at the time they were fairly expensive, So we said now's not a good time to get it. So I went ahead and got a sheltered cat, which is fine. But after that, it was sort of my goal in life to one day acquire one of these and have it as my own.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, and now you own more than just one. You have a couple of them, and you're providing the public with also these beautiful cats. So thank you for that.
And the funny thing is too is every time, well, most of the time when we rehome these cats, everyone says the same thing. I've always wanted one, and I can't believe I have an opportunity to get one finally. So it makes me happy hearing that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, that's absolutely good stories. How much are these cats usually run?
In the market, the cats go from good quality to really good quality, $500 and up. I've seen them from $500 all the way up to $4,000 or $5,000. The cats.
That cat that you just had, how much was that one for example?
That cat is $2,500.
$2,500.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So they're not.
So
they're not cheap.
it's more of a sought after and rare type of Bengal breed. It's a charcoal, which is a rare color in itself.
Okay.
Clouded Bengal. That's what he is.
Okay. So that's some of the qualities. What are some of the other qualities somebody should look for when looking for a Bengal cat?
It depends on the person's desire, what sort of attributes they want in their cat. Like some people like the snow Bengals or the brown Bengals. I personally like the charcoal Bengals, the spotted charcoal Bengals. Some people like marble. Some people like, and the sex to itself, male and female. I prefer male cats. Male cats of this breed are more better tempered. They're more affectionate, and than the females. What we've come across, but it just depends.
Right, because I heard, I did some research behind this before actually interviewing, and there's different levels of exoticness to them. Can you tell us about the whole category between, what is it, like an F1, F2?
It starts off, the F1 breed is an Asian leopard cat and a domesticated cat. Their offspring would be F1, that'd be 50%, and F2 would be 25%, F3, so on and so forth. Legally, you can sell them at F5.
Oh, I see. So the F1s and F2s and anything above in that area, it's not legal? Is that what you're saying? Or how does
Well,
that
depending
work?
on what state you come from.
Oh, okay.
Like actually in the state of New York, they're banned Bengal cats.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they're banned in New York. Is that up to a certain category or just or
Any
of them?
yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay. Yeah. And so the F1, that's a more exotic. If you get to that level,
It depends, like, the markings on it. You could have an F5 look a lot better than an F1 generation Bengal cat, but it's going to be more wild, the F1, smaller ears, the bigger eyes, stuff like that. But
okay, interesting. Can you tell us a little bit more about their temperament?
generally their temperament is, they're extremely, extremely active all the time. Curious, more curious than the other cat I've ever seen, and highly intelligent. Really, really smart cats. They vocalize more than other cats what they want and what they need. They'll let you know if they want something.
Okay.
And just overall, their body itself is more muscular than other cats, and they can jump higher, and even their meow is different from regular cats.
I was just listening to that. And you know what? I've heard that you actually walk your cat. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, anybody can walk the Bengal cat. It just depends on how much time you spend with them to train them to go out there and, But yeah, it's nice walking around your cats.
Okay, yeah, it's
cool.
definitely interesting.
It catches a lot of attention when you're out there.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah. I do have a couple more questions for you. As far as your team, you have a couple people that are part of your team. What is the most exciting thing for you and your team in the next coming up months?
We're really looking forward to the Christmas season here. I have 3 queens that are expecting, and the kittens will be old enough to be rehomed during the Christmas season. So I just get really excited, and people get really excited around Christmas to acquire a Bengal kitten for their family. So I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would love to have a cat like that. And one thing from our viewers, because we also support at LuckyPetDeals, we also support local pet shelters, and a lot of our followers and listeners also support local pet shelters, and are very they're advocates for that. And while we also believe that breeders also have the right at the same time, have you come across any type of opposition with what that you have, that you're actually in this business breeding these amazing cats while they're still pets in the shelter? Have you come across anything like that?
I have, but what I tell people myself is I have a small group of cats that I breed. I don't keep them in cages. People are more than welcome to come over here and check it out themselves, the circumstances they live in and all that kind of stuff. They're well cared for. And the second thing I want to bring up is I actually own a sheltered cat. It's a 15-year-old short-haired domesticated tortoiseshell cat named Maggie. So, and then I get it too, but like I said, it's a specific breed. Just like there's different groups of dogs meant for certain kinds of people.
Right.
So if you want that in your life, then you can't find that in an animal shelter. Well, if you do, it'd be a rarity. But yeah,
That's fair. That's fair enough. I think that's definitely fair enough. Let me ask you about your company. Where do you see Royal Bengals in about 5 years?
in 5 years, I see it as the same as I see it now, except obviously a lot more recognition from the general population. I just want to get these amazing animals out there to as many homes as I can, and people just to understand how I feel on a day-to-day basis dealing with these amazing cats. That's what I want to see really. It's not really any goals, it's just, I just want people to get a chance to own one of these magnificent animals. That's my goal.
All right, nice. Let me ask you, where can people find you?
They can find me on the website. It's Royal Bengals, the number 4 and the letter U.com.
Okay.
Or you can find us on Facebook, same name, or Instagram. And my phone number is on all of them. You can call me up, text me anytime you want. And that's how they can reach out to me. But I'm located in Arlington, Texas.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Everybody, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the notes on the comments below. Contact information for Adam and his company. Feel free to follow him. Definitely, I've seen their Instagram, their Facebook. They definitely have a lot of pictures of their cats. As you can see, they're not the same. I mean, it's a beautiful picture, but when you actually see them, it's totally different. So thank you today for joining us. Definitely will bring you guys more different local businesses. Thank you for your time again, Adam.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks.